Hi there, I'm Zenet Negron, and our special guest today is Gary DeGrande with DeGrande's Cafe in Lodi, California. It is a wonderful morning. I'm having a cup of joe. Thank you so much, Gary. Welcome. And tell us about the cafe and about you. Now, how long have you been in business? You've been here for a while.
Well, we've been this location July of '07, so we just got through 4 years. I've been in the food business since I was 14 years old. I kind of grew up in it. So, and I'm 58 now, so doing the math, it's a long time.
Now, your teachers were your grandparents, grandmas, and mothers?
My grandparents on both sides, my great aunts, my great grandmothers. I was lucky enough to be, they lived long enough, I got to know.
Perfect.
Then coming through the ranks of the restaurant, I've looked under 3 chefs and got some, just came up the old way. Stuff you can't go to school for. You can't buy that kind of education.
That's wonderful. Now, Lodi, you actually are open between 11 and 3, and you've got a wonderful, I just tried a dessert, it was wonderful. But lunch is served. I saw you preparing bread. That was fresh bread, Italian bread that you made from scratch. But not only that, but you also, you cater. And you host events if someone has something for birthday, as you were mentioning, correct? And so forth. And you're out in you have your cart also, and you have your cart not only for hot dogs, but for pasta, did you say?
I'm just, you wonder where Italian jokes come from. I'm crazy enough to take a stainless steel hot dog cart and turn it into a pasta cart.
Excellent.
I
love that.
You could boil water, you could cook pasta.
That's right.
That truck over there has a propane stove in it. It's got a smoker barbecue, so we can actually set up an outdoor kitchen enough to pull off a nice little dinner, a nice little event, and all the concerts for Jesse's Grove and some other events that they have. And we've been very blessed because they're great people out there, and they just have us do it. They say, do what you want to do, bring what you want to bring. As long as they're wine club members and their people are happy, they're happy. So we change the menus up. Do whatever it takes.
Do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the menu, because obviously the menu, you create whatever you feel it's necessary. Now, your cuisine is Italian, primarily. Basically, but you have other things that you also have. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, what's happened there was we're sitting in an industrial area, obviously, and I'm on the back side, so I'm kind of hidden. And originally when I took this over, I figured it was going to be guys coming in coveralls and, the working guys around here.
Right.
And what it did was it took on its own little life as a cafe. And we started getting people from all over Lodi, northern Stockton, business people coming in business attire, and ladies coming in business attire. What happened here is I started doing the stuff that I love and I grew up with. The dessert you just tasted is zucotto.
Zucotto. Very good.
Not very many people make it. Around here, nobody makes it. And just an old Sicilian dessert that kind of got lost in the times of travel. East Coast, still big. Cannolis.
Cannolis, right.
I started doing cannolis here, and people go, nobody makes cannolis.
And what would you say to the new entrepreneur who wants to create a business such as this? What advice would you give him?
Oh boy.
If you were to pick the top 2 things,
truthfully, if you're going into the food business, I don't know anything about anything else. I mean, I've done food all my life. Do your research, do your homework, take some classes. I went back to college when I was in my 40s because I wanted to know what was happening out there, and I wanted to know. So I took a refresher course.
Excellent.
And today, business is different today than it's ever been.
Right.
What I grew up with, what I knew the restaurant business to be at one time, all bets were off. So it's a faster, it's a lot more technical. You've got to be on your game.
Right.
It's kind of ironic because things are cycling back. Everything cycles. Everything.
Right.
If you look back in history, there's a slow food movement nationwide, and everybody's excited. I have friends of mine that are just gushing about it. And I laugh, because I'm Sicilian. I grew up Sicilian.
This is what you've been doing.
Yeah, and if my grandparents or my great-grandmothers were alive, they'd say, what are you talking about? That's the only way you do it, you know. What's slow food? That's how you cook.
That's how it should be cooked. Nothing quick here.
And it kind of thrills me, because so much of that got lost in the 60s, 70s, 80s.
Right.
Society, we as a society, became instant gratification.
Right.
And the type of food we do here, and what my great-grandparents did, and the slow food movement, you know, it takes time.
It takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time. Well, that is great
and
tips.
It's fresh.
And it's fresh. So
Be fresh. That's one of my tips.
Amy, we're going to have Amy come here in a minute, and so have a little word with her and see what she has to say about dairy and working here. But is there anything you want to add before
Well, I
we
want
have
to
her come on?
thank you for this opportunity.
Well, thank you.
Today I am so thankful for what I have, and don't worry about what I don't have. And I sincerely thank you, because
I appreciate
there's
it.
a million places between Stockton and Lodi you could have chosen. We're blessed.
Well, you know what? I did ask a lot of different people. Your name came up over and over, and I said we're just going to meet Gary and put him out there. So
thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
No
Let
problem.
me go get Amy. I'll send her out. And
you got it.
I'm going to go play with the Italian boy.
Go play with the Italian. Well, this is Zenet again, and we have the other partner here. We have Amy Quackenbush with DeGrande's Cafe. Welcome, Amy.
Thank you.
All right.
Nice to be here.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Now, you met Gary, the cannoli story, as far as who makes the cannolis. You found out it was Gary. You guys built a relationship, and then something else happened. You actually helped him clean the kitchen.
Yeah.
Tell me how did that come about?
You know, there's just big jobs that come with the territory, and being that I have been at a restaurant, I know that that's a big job, and I just said, hey, if you want help tearing this apart one weekend, I'll help you do it.
Right.
And from there, it went from there to other projects, got into talking about how we could use a little extra help, and I thought, you know, this would be perfect. I mean, it's fun to be here. It's a great restaurant. I love it.
It's a great restaurant.
And his food's excellent, and, you know, what better to be associated with.
Excellent. Now, your background, you've worked in other locations before.
I was at another restaurant, and I was working the front. It again was a place where you kind of, you know, you did whatever you had to do. You know, you waitressed, yes, but you also bussed and you washed dishes and you did whatever needed to be done.
Right.
So I'm not a one-task person.
Well, I did see her in the kitchen, guys. So Amy was back there. She was preparing some dessert, which I got to try before it got baked, but I'll get the finished product here soon enough. So you're in the kitchen. You're preparing the meals with Gary. You're doing everything, and that's great. I love that. What would you say people should know about DeGrande's? You kind of said something earlier, the hidden gem. Tell me a little bit about that.
It is. It's a hidden gem. I mean, we are literally hidden back here. We're not on the main drag, so you have to kind of find us. But once you do, you walk through the door as a customer, and yeah, you're looking for lunch or you're looking for your dinner. But as you sit down, you realize it's not just at a restaurant to have dinner. You're at our little cafe. It's kind of a neighborhood feel. It's come on in, and we, you know, try to remember your name and try to, you know, not even try. We do. We enjoy that. We enjoy connecting with people. Gary comes out of the kitchen to make sure that everybody's got what they want and everything tastes the way it should. How's everybody in the family? And, you know, it's just that how neighborhoods used to be, people connected, and, you know, hey, how is so-and-so? I hear that they've had such and such happen, and that's where this all kind of stems from. He had a close family, they cooked together, he had neighborhoods that he grew up in that were nurturing, and so when people come through the door, they come through as a customer, but they leave at least as friends, if not family.
So you get great food, fresh food, and you leave with a friendship or at least a relationship possibly started with either the patrons or the owners and so forth. You've mentioned in some of the events you've been here late where if there's nothing after, you get to sit down and really even build on that. So
Yeah.
that's also fun, and you enjoy that as
Yeah,
well.
we do a couple of dinners a month, and we have 2 seatings. We have a 5:30 and a 7:30, and 5:30 we're looking that we definitely need to get the 7:30 out, but by the time 7:30's out, we get to take a breather and hang out with our customers, our friends, our family.
And take a load off your feet.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, how often do you have that?
We do 2 a month now.
2 a
We
month.
just we've done Italian night. He's had it for almost 4 years now.
Right.
And that one is the end of the month. We've just started doing a Friday night family style.
Right.
People had asked, "Hey, you ever consider doing a Friday night?" And so we're trying that. We try to space it out about 2 weeks so that there's people that like to come to both. So we try not to oversaturate and give a 2-week span.
Excellent.
And so it's really a lot of fun. It's just a different atmosphere. It's not your typical go to a restaurant, have dinner.
Have dinner.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I will put the website information so everyone can follow through and look at that. And I know that they do have your special Fridays, and so check it out. Come out here, bring the family, have a great meal. But you know what? Lunch is great also. So please come enjoy DeGrande's Cafe. Anything you want to add, Amy, before we say goodbye, at least for now? Anyway.
We would love to have you come try us out. We have fresh roasted meats right here, fresh desserts, and we always enjoy having new customers.
And you know what? The coffee is pretty darn good. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank
Amy.
you.
All right. Okay.